Deviljho's tail cut is so good that it basically spawned its own standalone meme, and the Deviljho also has a unique mechanic where it will eat its own tail to recover hunger after you cut it.
The monster Deviljho does not eat its own tail, stuppies. Deviljho does not eat its tail, just doesn't eat its own tail. I don't know where this tail started, doesn't even even know what's happening. It's just a giant myth. Devil Joseph has such a meaty tail.
Last year, my friends and I made a video proposing the theory that the Monster Hunter games are slowly de-emphasizing tail cuts. If you're watching this video, then you've probably already seen that one, because that video was seen by way more people than I expected. To be honest with you, it was kind of overwhelming. That original tail cuts video has gotten well over 1,000 comments at this point, and to my pleasant surprise, only most of them told me that I was a donkey-brained buffoon. But there's one comment that I keep seeing on that video. In the original video, I mentioned in passing that in older Monster Hunter games, the Deviljho will eat his own tail once it's cut to recover stamina. When I was writing the script for that video, I didn't even think twice about this, because it was something I remembered seeing with my own eyes. And since publishing that video last fall, I have been seeing comments over and over and over, even as recently as a week ago at time of writing, telling me that this is wrong and that the Deviljho never actually ate his own tail. This discussion of whether or not the Deviljho eats his own tail actually took on a life of its own outside of our video. There was even an article on the subject that came out after our video talking about how the community had gaslit itself into believing this lie. And across the board, nobody could produce a single piece of evidence that the Deviljho eats his own tail. This revelation shook me. My whole world, my whole entire Monster Hunter world had been flip-turned upside down. I simply could not accept that I was wrong about such a central memory from my childhood. If the Deviljho doesn't eat its own tail, what else have I been wrong about? Am I even real? Is Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door actually the best game ever made? Is God dead? These are the questions that I was asking myself. But my grief quickly moved from denial to bargaining. I decided that there must be something to this mystery that everyone but me had missed. I knew that other people had already tested it at great length, but as a Gen 3 hunter, I needed to face this challenge myself. I had to prove that the Deviljho eats his own tail. So I grabbed my Wii and my copy of Monster Hunter Tri, and I remembered why I'd never used my Wii and my copy of Monster Hunter Tri. The old Nintendo Wii. I've missed you, my friends. Wait, what the hell is this? What is this? Go in. Go in. Go in the TV! And so I decided to go with Plan B, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. I went and retrieved my Wii U from the museum that I donated it to and booted up Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. This will be easy, I thought. I don't need to prove that the Deviljho eats his tail regularly, I just need it to happen once. And with the power of the Elgato capture card, that one piece of evidence will put any doubts to rest for eternity. I sat down with Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate determined to come away with definitive evidence of the Deviljho eating his tail. And to do that, I needed to settle in for the long haul. Now you may be thinking, okay, so what he probably did was built an armor set that focuses on tail cutting and stamina depletion to prompt the Deviljho to eat its tail as much as possible. And maybe you even thought a little bit about the optimal build for me to use in this situation. Whatever idea you came up with in your head, I promise you that I was not doing that. Since I started playing Monster Hunter in 2010, I have played these games with the metagame awareness of a caveman. And so what I decided to do was simple. I was going to start killing Deviljhos in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, and I was not going to stop until either one of these bastards ate its tail or my eyes started to bleed. I'm not locked in here with Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate is locked in here with me. So I hunted Deviljhos. And hunted more Deviljhos. And hunted more Deviljhos. Nothing. I hoped against hope that each one would be the one that deviated from the pattern I was beginning to see. Each time a Deviljho turned in the direction of its tail was another opportunity. I became so familiar with their patterns that I began to see them like code in the Matrix. Still nothing. After a while, it was too much to bear. I spent weeks fighting the Deviljho, cutting its tail, waiting for him to get tired and saunter over to the tail for a snack. The moment never came. Thousands of Deviljho died entirely in vain. I committed an act of ecological warfare the likes of which this world has never seen, only to prove that my own viewpoint was entirely wrong. The Deviljho does not eat his own tail. I was wrong. My memory was wrong. It crushed me to put all these hours of research in and confirm a truth I didn't want to believe. I thought that living in the Midwest had already fully crushed my spirit. Living in a world where the Deviljho has never eaten his own tail? That's not a Monster Hunter world I want to raise my children in. But as I reflected on this experiment, I decided this doesn't have to be as bad as I've made it out to be. Maybe my memory of the Deviljho was mistaken. Maybe I'm not real, and maybe God is dead. But playing through Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate again reminded me of how much fun I had playing this game, and also Monster Hunter Tri, with my friends growing up. And those memories are absolutely real. I thought back to my days playing Monster Hunter Tri, and it was during that time in my life that I first bonded with my dear friend Brian, who helped me out all these years later with making that first video about tail cuts. Maybe the Deviljho doesn't eat his own tail, but that friendship can never be taken from me. And so maybe it doesn't even matter if the Deviljho does eat his own tail. Maybe the real Deviljho eating his tail was the friends we made along the way. But just to be clear, petting the Poogie absolutely does affect the quest rewards that you get.